Well, whilst the pros are top of the bill and are waiting their next event, these young lads are having a go too, because today there's somewhere around 560 competitors in different age groups from 5 years of age and upwards. And of course they like to be actually showing off on exactly the same track that the pros are racing upon. And this track here in fact is based inside a greyhound circuit. No, that's not a greyhound practicing, that's a young lad being taken for a walk by his dog. So we've got a lot of spectators here who've come to watch the racing, and these lads are the ones they've come for. Hello, Pete Middleton, over there with number 6 on his plate, looking confident and happy now that his wrist is improving. He took a second place in the first of the motos, and here we have Ian Dixon, who finished last in the first moto. So he's got to get amongst the points and move up the chart to make sure of getting into the finals. Alongside him, Neil Trevor. Well, he had a good ride because he was 6th last time through. Can he get in amongst the small points this time? And poor old Slater on the outside. Tony's not been having very good starts still, and he only got into 5th place last time, but he's got the whole shot this time on the extreme right-hand side. That's a good place for Tony to be. Will his confidence be restored by a good start? On the extreme left then, that's where they've got to come a long way across the track. And Jamie Vince, who won the last moto, is over there alongside Pete Middleton. They're coming across too, going like stink there, but Middleton has taken the lead. Looks like Middleton's on the top at the moment. And, oh, Marsh swung out. Where's Marsh got to? I saw him go over the top of the berm, and has he got back now because they're watching the leaders going through? And that's the bright red bike of Pete Middleton powering into that left-hander. He looks good today. He's full of speed. Here's Pete Middleton. There's Frankie Romain. There's the yellow jersey of Jamie Vince, but I couldn't see what happened there to Tim Marsh. He's not in his leading 4. In fact, that's Neil Trevor that's gone into 4th place now. As over the line goes Pete Middleton in 1st place. Then Jamie Vince was 2nd. That looked like, yes, it was Frankie Romain into 3rd place, and Neil Trevor happily into 4th. I thought I saw him ride high over the berm. Tim Marsh does not look very happy indeed. He had a blood clot in his leg in Canada when he was racing in the World Championship, and the look on his face then said it all. Yes, he finished 7th. My goodness. Now that'll be turned for the books. He's got to do a lot better than this. Pete Middleton in 1st, Jamie Vince in 2nd. They swapped places from the first moto. And this time Frankie Romain 3rd, Neil Trevor 4th. He'll like that. Ian Dixon 5th. Tony Slater 6th, but Tim Marsh will not like being 7th. This 3rd moto for Group A certainly is one that Tim Marsh is going to have to really work hard at, because he has got to finish 1st or 2nd to have any chance of going through into the final. And the rest of the lads here won't give him an inch then, because Big Tim, who had the number 1 plate last year as the best in Superclass division, is up against some lads who would like to score points over the bold Tim, and none of them will lose any options at all to get past him. And that's the man there, Tim Marsh, the VG strip. He certainly is a big, strong, hard, fast rider, but has he lost his confidence following that crash? We shall have to wait and find out, because these are 2 he's got to topple. Jamie Vince on the right won the first moto, and alongside him, smiling Pete Middleton won the 2nd. So he's got good crew alongside him now. He'll have to follow their wheels or get in front of them, because they can set a good pace. But if they block him on the way through, he'll be out as they go off the gate now. Marsh has got all the work to do. He's in the middle there, and he's got a good start. He's got a good start at the moment, but no, Pete Middleton's got inside him. He left a bit of a gate open, and Pete Middleton's gone through. It looks like Jamie Vince has dropped back into 3rd place, but Marsh looks comfortable now. He's in 2nd place. This is what he wants to be. And over the top of that jump, as they come down there, Tim Marsh is back there in 2nd place. Middleton looking good in 1st place, but behind him, no, Marsh has lost his pedal. His foot came off the pedal. He's dropped back from 2nd, 3rd. He looks like 4th. He's coasting. Oh, he's coasting. Oh, that's terrible bad luck for Tim Marsh. Oh, a nod from Pete Middleton, because he knows he's through into the final, as is Jamie Vince, and I think Frankie Romain has made it as well. But where's Tim Marsh? He's coasting in slowly. That was disaster for the bold Tim. He went over that jump. His foot came off the pedal. He just could not put the power on and stay in 2nd place. And there he is, down in 7th yet again. Well, that's taken him out. He has no chance of winning that car.
Tim, last in that last race, you've got to be very disappointed.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, that's probably an understatement, actually.
You've not qualified. What went wrong?
Well, in the 2nd race, I fell off in the first turn, going through the first turn. And after that, in the last race, I needed to get a 1st or a 2nd to qualify. And I got a good start behind Pete. And I just, coming into that turn over there, the 3rd turn, I tried to just go inside of Pete and keep my line so no one would go inside of me, and I slid out because the turns are real slippery. And by the time I got my foot back on the pedal, which is since I'd slid out, 2 guys were past me. I needed a 1st or 2nd to qualify. So, you know, looking at the replay, you see there I'm in 2nd, and I come down this straight, as you can see now, just trying to pull up a little bit on Pete. I come in here and you see me slide out right now. I'm out of picture.
Just behind Pete.
Okay, and then everybody, you see, look, I slipped my pedal. There's 4 guys past me. I need to be in the first 2 to qualify, so I just sat down after that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out there to win, not just to...
You really lost basically the whole race on that last
yeah,
on that corner.
Yeah, that's the thing with BMX, though. You see, it's just a split second. You're either a winner or a loser. You know, there's no second or third places. You either win or you lose. Yeah. And I lost.
Well, we've been concentrating on the Screensport series with pro racing. But one young lad really has set the press alight for the last couple of years, and he's gathered here today at Nottingham with a vast collection of trophies. 3 British Championships, 1 European Championship, and 2 from the World Championships. It's young David Moore, and here we've got John, Rachel Moore, and his sister over there too, and the little lad holding the trophy here. Now, first of all, tell us exactly how old you are.
8 years old.
You're exactly 8 years of age. And now then, for an 8-year-old world champion, just what's it feel like?
All right.
It feels all right,
Gets a bit bored, though.
Gets a bit bored. What, always winning?
Yeah.
Now then, if you're always winning, though, what's your ambition going to be? Are you going to be a pro bike rider?
Don't know yet.
You're thinking about it, are you?
Yeah.
Now then, how many trophies have you won so far?
500.
There's 500 at the moment. Where do you keep them?
Living room, lounge.
I think you have to move into a bigger house shortly, won't you, the way you're going on? Now then, if you're not going to be a pro BMX rider, what do you think you'd like to be other than a pro BMX rider in the future?
Well, I'm going to start building after my dad.
Your dad's a builder, is he then?
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best luck, whatever you do in the future, young David Moore. But they call you a soap dodger, though. Why do they call you a soap dodger?
Because I get the muckiest at meetings.
Well, we'll watch out for you and keep nice and clean, because you've got the finals to come now, haven't you? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, the judges have worked out the scores now, and that's the lineup. Unfortunately, City Salisbury had 13 points to Anthony Sewell's 12, so he didn't make it through into the final. Nor did Neil Trevor. He had 15 points to Tony Slater's 14. So they worked their way through by the skin of their teeth and are lining up there with the other chaps who got home convincingly. Guest shooter, he did extremely well in winning one of his heats, being third and then second, and the local crowd will really be rooting for him. And for Pete Middleton too, because he's had a very good run into the final as well. Andy Ruffle is there doing some press-ups, and he's looking in good form at the moment, but he had to watch it last time because he dropped back into 5th place in that final round 3. Big Trevor Robinson, he's won one of the motos on the right-hand side. Tony Slater, that's the chap who just got in the first group, and let's hope he can get off that gate somewhat better, because he's been failing to make good starts, and he needs amongst this crowd not to miss a trick. Jamie Vince on the extreme right-hand side there with Union Jack on the top of his helmet. Very clear to pick out in the red and yellow strip and the Union Jack. And confident now following that race over in Canada with his 4th place in the Pro Cruiser. Can he do it this time, and can he get off the line first? As they're thundering now down that straight. It's Trev Robinson that's opened up a good lead, but he's gone wide, and he's allowed Jamie Vince to come on the inside, and guess who's on the outside? Oh, look at that move by Middleton. Middleton came through where I thought nobody could go, but Jamie Vince is still holding him off at front place, but Middleton's trying to come on the inside. In the white and the blue, it's Middleton in 2nd place, and guess who has swung in sharp too? That's number 4 on the extreme right-hand side, but he's now going to take the tight right-hander, and it's in the lead still. Jamie Vince in the yellow, rocketing in towards the line now. That was a great ride by Jamie Vince, and guess who did in fact manage to make 2nd place. Or did he? Because I see Anthony Sewell came thundering through as well. Those riders in that last turn were really jostling for positions, and the crowd now had to wait for the official verdict because it was so fast. They all went across the line so close behind Jamie Vince, and there's the official result. Well, Guest Shooter did get 2nd, Pete Middleton 3rd, Anthony Sewell in 4th place, and Trevor Robinson, who started off by leading down the opening straight, had to drop back into 5th. Andy Ruffle only made 6th. Tony Slater, who slipped a pedal at the start, made 7th, and Frankie Romain was back in 8th place. So these lads are going to watch some very quick action as we move on to the 2nd of the mains. And remember, the 15, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 and 5 points at stake, and that on the extreme left there, Frankie Romain is the chap who only scored 5 last time round. Andy Ruffle didn't do so well either, because he only scored 7 points. Trevor Robinson in the middle there scored 8th with his 5th place. And that is Pete Middleton, who's really tanking that very bright bike he's got. It's all been painted specially for this series, and a very bright red, burning and searing the eyeballs. as the riders there on the extreme right-hand side have got a good position. That's Jamie Vince waving to us, happy with that first place. Guest Shooter has got the best position, though, on the right-hand side of the gate, and over on the extreme left-hand side of the gate, Frankie Romain. Who's going to get the sharp left-hander first? Off the gate they go. Well, Vince has made a very good start yet again, but it's Guest Shooter on the inside, sweeping round there, and Jamie Vince has dropped back into third place. Andy Ruffle now is into second, and he's following him now, like Batman and Boy Robin. He got in the wheel tracks of Guest Shooter, and he's waiting for him to swing out. He's trying to go on the inside, is Andy Ruffle, but there's no chance now. Can he get round the outside? Bump, 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 over the triple whoops. That hasn't disturbed the rhythm. At the back, they're dabbing feet, though. As Vince, the winner of the first motor, is back in third. There's no problem this time across the line. Oh, I think that Vince, in fact, just got third from Saul. They lunged across the line, and the first two home. Good result for Guest Shooter, and Andy Saul in third place, I think, but there's a bit of trouble at the moment. There's objections going on. Well, 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 we're going to have to wait for the result. The judges now are conferring because they're disputing where they were put. And there's Jamie Vinci saying no, that he was not in fourth, he was third. And that's the chief referee, Bernard Williams, on the right-hand side. And there's Anthony Sewell walking away. Well, we saw him rush across the line, and for my money, I certainly thought that Jamie Vince was in third place, not fourth. He looks very upset with that one. And there is Bernard Williams. I don't know what he's got to say. That's the chief referee. He's walking across to the finish line now to talk to the finish line judges. They're on both sides, and they call out the finish. And he's walking away. But Andy Ruffle has asked to see the video, because we're going to rerun this so that the lads can have a look. There's Matt Clark on the left, Andy Ruffle in the centre, and Sidney Soulsby on the right. And here comes the action replay, and a chance to ask the referee to have a look as well.
I don't like the idea of using video. There's men there doing what they think is... It's a difficult job. Judging finishing is a difficult job. The minute you start overturning their decision, they may as well walk off. Put a camera there. We can't find a satisfactory camera because the focal length changes over that much of a distance. You get overlising of the wheels and it misrepresents the finishing order. Now, if the gap is enormous, then you've got some logic on your side. I've got to risk upsetting the system, which I have now decided I will do. I will look at the video, and if the result is extremely conclusive, then I'll overturn the finish line decision judging.
And this is the picture that Bernard Williams is looking at. Andy Ruffle clearly across the line in second place, and behind him, half hidden, is Jamie Vince. Alongside him on the left-hand side of the picture there, number 14, Anthony Sewell. Did he make third or fourth?
It was certainly back here. It was certainly to one side, and I'm not prepared to take a decision on whether that camera was in the right place or not. So the results now.
So despite the protests, Jamie Vince is given fourth, Anthony Sewell is given third place. Guest Shooter on the extreme left there has 15 points from that moto, and that makes his total 27. Anthony Sewell in the yellow strip there, he has 19 points now, following his third place. Trevor Robbins on the right-hand side has a total of 16 points to date, and he's got to go some to win that car. Whereas Jamie Vince has 24 points. He's lying second behind Guest Shooter, who has 27 in total. Andy Ruffle is pretty well out of the hunt at the moment. He has 19 points. He's equal with Anthony Sewell, and those two are third equal. On the extreme right there, and that's Tony Slater. He's not in the hunt either. He's only 11 points. So this is the third and final charge down the line, and it's all between Guest Shooter, Jamie Vince, Andy Ruffle and Anthony Sewell. Who's going to get this one then? And in the centre, Jamie Vince is looking good, but no, it's Andy Ruffle that's stolen the whole shot. Ruffle's leading at the moment. Guest Shooter's alongside him. Oh, Vince has got through. Vince has got a second place now, and he's heading. Shooter's dropped back to third, but Ruffle is going to win this one if he stays upright. That's a good ride by Vince. Has gone to second, and Shooter's coming back into third now, challenging. He's got to get up there. He's got to beat Vince to get this car. And they come down and finishing straight now, heading towards that line. It's still Andy Ruffle in the lead, and thundering across there. Oh, it looks like Vince got second, and I think Sewell went past Shooter. Now that will really put the cat amongst the pigeons, because that could really take Shooter out of the reckoning now. They're adding up the points, they're slapping each other on the back. And we now have confirmation then of the mains race 3. Andy Ruffle first, Jamie Vince second, Anthony Sewell third. We couldn't see him in that scrum of spectators, and Guest Shooter surprisingly back in fourth place. So who's going to collect the prize of the car? Well, before we get to that, here are the little lads collecting their trophies from the Nottingham Evening Post and also transistor radios. A good haul today for these competitors, some 560 that have been taking part in their races during the afternoon. Well, it's given the judges an opportunity as well to sort out the scores, and there we have it. Jamie Vince and guest shooter both have 36 points. Now, because Vince finished second in the final of the three mains, he will get the car. Well, leading overall in the Screensport 1985 Pro Series is Andy Ruffle, because we've totted up the points they've scored today and added them up to the other 4 rounds so far, and there Andy has now moved 1 point ahead of guest shooter. Anthony Sewell in third place with 134 points. Rules the fact he never scored at Norton Keynes when he didn't make his way into the final.